Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. Let me turn this light on, see if that helps. I'm jumping on live. I'm just going to show you a few things today. I'm not actually going to make a card today, but I am going to show you some cards. I'm just checking. I want to make sure that I'm showing up live on my page. Let me see. Don't see it yet. There's always a little delay though. Yep, there you go. I see it now. So if you're watching, say hello, especially if you're watching live. And if you're watching the replay, just tell me you're watching on the replay. All right, just taking care of a couple little things here and then I'll get started. I'm gonna do something a little different today for my live. And I'm just going to show you a little tour of my crafting space. For those of you that have been with me for a really long time and been in many of my different crafting places, you will know that I've always had a fair amount of dedicated space. I've had pretty large spaces to store all my stuff. And also a dedicated space, tables and such for holding classes. Since we moved to Florida for our preparing for retirement, the house that we are going to be in for a long time, I have one of the bedrooms, which is smaller, so it's more like a den, but it is a bedroom with a closet. And that is where I keep my stuff. So in order to make it work, my husband bought me something called a dream box. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. The company that sells it is createroom.com. Best purchase ever. I literally fit almost like all my supplies that were spread across the whole room into this box. And it's really nice because you can fold it up and close it when you have company. So my room has a couch that's a fold-out couch. So if we have company, I can close this up and we can actually use the fold-out couch for our company. So I'm going to try to take my phone off of the stand that I have it on and hope that it doesn't mess up the orientation. I've never done this before, so let's just hope that it keeps it the way I want to keep it, because I'm going to come back to the stand here in a minute. So I'll try to move slowly so that I don't make anybody dizzy. So I'll just back up a little bit here and I'll show you what I was talking about. This is my dream box. It's as far back as I can get because my room is not very big. And literally like just everything is kind of in there. It's all within reach. I love it. And then next to it over here, I have, this is called a dream cart. And the end of here is at this table that actually folds down. So you can make it a little smaller if you want to. It's on wheels, so I can move it around. So I'll pan around. I'm trying to go slow. I don't want anybody to get like dizzy or anything. So there's my couch. I do spend a lot of time on that couch. And here is this one wall. And I'm going to kind of get a little closer because there's a lot of sneak peeks on here. So if you're watching the replay, you can kind of see some of these sneak peeks, products that are coming up. Not all of them are sneak peeks, but most of this are sneak peeks coming up May 5th with our new catalog. So there's another set of shelves. And then I have a whole nother board over here. And this one's definitely a bunch of sneak peeks. I am going to be doing an in-color club in May. And those are the cards that you'll get to make if you participate in the club. It's going to be awesome. I'm working on the details. I'm working on the flyer. I'll get that out hopefully soon. My TV. Always on tennis if it's playing. And what I wanted to show you was just a little sneak peek down here. Right now I have a promotion going that goes through the end of the day tomorrow. And so you can kind of see, I wish I could turn my phone the other way, but you can see I have all of this product that's just in bags and in boxes down here. So right now, Stampin' Up! Is offering double rewards. And I'm going to go put my phone back over here now. They are offering double rewards. Sorry, bear with me for just a minute. And so when you place an order online, normally you get 10% for you place a $20 or more order online, you usually get 10% rewards back to you that you can use on your next order, which is awesome because they're basically rewarding everybody for being a customer. Whereas before you had to be a hostess to earn some of the free stuff. And now just as a customer, you earn rewards. So you can earn free stuff. You can accumulate it. You have a full year to use it. So mine never sits in my cart for more than a few weeks, honestly. I love it. I love getting those rewards, and it just kind of replaced what we used to do with the hostess benefits. And I've heard a lot of positive feedback. I think it's really a good thing. So they have the double rewards going on right now. So in addition to the double rewards, I'm doing mystery boxes. So if you place a $75 order with me before the end of the day tomorrow, you're going to get double rewards. So you place a $75 order. It would normally be $7.50, but you're going to get $15 back in rewards that you can use on a future purchase. And I'm going to send you a mystery box from that collection of stuff that I just showed you. And my mystery boxes are anywhere from $75 to $100 worth of product. Now, a little disclaimer, a fair amount of the stuff in my mystery boxes are going to be gently loved products. They're products that have retired, that I'm not using anymore to demonstrate with. So, they're still in great condition. They're just not all brand new. Some items are brand new, but most of it's gently loved. And my mystery boxes include a bundle, which is a stamp and a die. Some of them will have an embossing folder. Others might have another stamp set. There's designer paper. There's embellishments. And I keep finding more things. So once I start packing them up, I'm probably going to pack quite a bit in there. You get a mystery box for every $75 that you order from me. And the $75 is your product total after any discounts. Like if you use rewards, you still have to be above the $75. So you can earn as many mystery boxes as you want. I've had several that I think I've already sold 4 or 5, and I think I still have, maybe I've sold 6. I still have about 7 left, I believe. So, shoot me a quick email. Let me know that you're getting ready to place an order, and that way I can be looking for it and set aside a mystery box for you if you're interested. When you place a $75 order with Stampin' Up!, you also have the opportunity to purchase something that's called our product of the month. And we have several different product of the months that you can choose from because every month they introduce a new one. But until those items sell out, they keep them up there as options. So if you place a $75 order, you can get the April product of the month, which right now is this. This is what I want to show you today. This is our Eyelet Blooms Die. I'm going to show you a little bit more here in a minute. But we've got prior products that are still out there, the products of the month. There's the Notes of Spring stamp set. There's a couple different, I believe, designer papers still available. So for every $75 that you purchase, you can add one of these product of the months onto your order for only $5 more. And to me, to be able to get a die like this for $5, this is like a steal. Because our dies are not cheap. They're super high quality, but they're not cheap. So this is called the Eyelet Blooms Die. This will never be available for purchase. You can only get it for the $5 fee, $5 charge with a $75 order. So you can kind of see that this is what it looks like. It is a super, super intricate die. So I've been playing with it today. I just got it yesterday. So I've been playing with it today and was trying to figure out the ins and outs of it. I will say this. If you don't have the Take Your Pick tool, make sure you add that to your order. But in addition to the Take Your Pick tool, we also have these, this is different from what I stamp on. This is a foam mat that coordinates with the Take Your Pick tool because the Take Your Pick tool has an end that goes on it that's a little brush that after you run this die through your machine and you've got, I probably have one, here we go. And you've got, look how pretty this is. That's just done on the white. That's actually the back side because I did a little coloring on the front side. So there's all these little pieces to come out. So what you can do is you can put this, you can still have the die on it and you're going to run the brush over it. Now here's the funny thing. I have 2 of these, which means I should have 2 of the brush attachments for the Take Your Pick tool. I can't find them. And as organized as this room is, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to find them. So I'm thinking at some point, somehow I must have lost them or got rid of them for some silly reason. So it's in my cart. I'm getting ready to order. I'm going to have another one of these so that I can get the little brush, because I think you're going to want it. Just because there's a lot of little pieces. If you have your take your pick tool, you can also, let me see if I have any that I did not poke out all the pieces. And I've already poked out all these pieces. All right. I've been playing a lot with it today. But you can also use the end of your take your pick tool. And this is what I did today, as I just went in and punched out any of the pieces. Oh, there's some here that didn't. Just punch out any of those pieces that didn't come out all the way when you run it through your machine. I've seen a couple different videos where I tried different techniques to see if you get all those little pieces to come out on their own. And for me, it was just a matter of having to use that take your pick tool. And if I had the little brush attachment, it would have been absolutely perfect. So I can't wait till I do have that, because that's going to be life-changing. I'm going to be using this die a lot. What's really pretty and probably hard to see is that it cuts these flowers out so that you can actually raise the flowers. They don't come out of the cardstock, but you can give it dimension. So let's see if you can see that. Like, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that or not. Let's see. See how, yeah, you can kind of see that, how it's raised. So it just gives it a little bit more dimension. It's really pretty. I will say I do have one useful tip for you. If you get this die, before you use it on cardstock, take a piece of wax paper and run it through the machine with the wax paper instead of with the cardstock, because it's so intricate that it really needs kind of like a priming. It just kind of needs to have that wax on there to help, so that when you run your cardstock through, your cardstock peels off a little easier. What's really pretty, see if you can see this or not, this is what my wax paper looks like. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it, it's too shiny. Let me put a little piece of paper behind it, see if that helps. I actually think I'm gonna save this wax paper that I used to prep the die, and maybe make some cards out of it, because it's actually very pretty. You just can't see it because of the glow. But that's just my helpful hint. Just use a little wax paper, and I ran it through several times with the wax paper, and then it was much easier to get off of the die. And actually, I'm gonna take a piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna run it through so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna do this off camera just because the die cut machine's over here. Actually, I'm gonna move the die cut machine over, because I'll lift it up too, because it'll shake that whole table. The table that it's on, it's got the camera, and it's gonna shake that. Where's the other? Oh, it's on the back side. All right. Now, I've seen a lot of people, most of the time, we put down our paper, we put down our die, and then we finish our sandwich to run it through. A lot of people are recommending that you actually do it the other way. So I'm going to put my nice cutting pad on the bottom. They're recommending you turn the die upside down. This does make it easier for you to put your cardstock on there and make sure it's straight. I know you probably can't see the whole thing. And then we're going to put this other piece on top. So we're running this through the opposite of what we normally do. Normally we run it through the other way. Because it's so intricate, it gets it a little closer to the roller this way. And a lot of people are saying that really helps with getting the little dots to fall out easier. And I've seen people that do this in their videos and the dots come right off. But that doesn't seem to be working. And actually, the other tip I heard was to run it through twice. So I'm gonna run it back through again. All right. Let me move the machine back out of the way because it's so big for the camera. And then I'm gonna bring this back down. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And you're just gonna peel off from the die. If you have problems getting this off your die, like if you have a smaller piece, sometimes it's hard to get in there, you can take your pick tool and just kind of work your way under the edge, lift up an edge so that you've got an edge to work with. So we're gonna just peel that off. And you can see I've used it a few times. There's a few different colors of the dots. But you can see a lot of mine did not pop out. So this is where, make sure you have that brush attachment so that you can just run it across here and it'll pop those little dots right out. So that is how the die works. Now I just want to show you a few samples. Isn't that pretty? Especially with all the different colors that are in there now. Now you're gonna be able to see some of those colors on the cards I'm going to show you. So this was the first one that I made. And there we go. Try to get the camera a little closer. So I ran it through, this piece of paper is our strawberry slush. And behind it, I have matted a piece of our soft seafoam green. And while we're having fun, about a little sneak peek. So I'm gonna lift the camera up again, sorry. Our May 5th catalog that's coming out. This is one of our sneak peek items. We have a bundle that's called Scalloped Blooms, and it's got a bunch of good words to use, and then it has these coordinating dies, and I love these dies. I've used these several times, used it on all the projects that I'm going to show you today, and I just love how you've got all these scalloped images that you can use for flowers. It's got the centers that you can put in the flowers. It's got some tags. These are the leaves. So this is what I used on the cards today to go with the Eyelet Blooms. This isn't available yet, so it will be available May 5th. And if you do my In Color Club, it will be an option for my In Color Club. So I'm going to set that out of the way. Actually, I might just leave the dies. Because I did use the words, but what I really focused on was the dies. So using the dies, I cut out all these 2 scallops in the leaves and then just layered them. This was a super quick and easy card to make, other than maybe poking out all the little dots, which I'm still going to work on some idea. I have another idea to try to see if I can come up with another way to make those dots fall out just a little easier. So that's the first card I wanted to show you. The second card, this is so fun. I don't know why, I just had this idea to make balloons out of the flowers. So I made flower balloons. And I mean, honestly, this card came together so fast. You know, I ran this through, this is Balmy Blue, ran it through with the Eyelet Blooms Die, and then I stamped the words on a skinny piece of white cardstock. And then it just all went together really fast. And it's so cute. I just love the flower balloons. This one's my favorite. This was the last one that I made. So I used the die and I ran it through with just white cardstock. And then I took our blending brushes and I got a little bit of ink and I used daffodil and petal pink. So I put some ink on my blending brush and then I just came in and I don't have fresh ink on there, but I just went in and I colored the bigger flowers with the daffodil. And then I came in with a smaller brush and colored the smaller areas using the petal pink. And when it was done, this is the background that it created. And I layered it on a piece of petal pink cardstock behind it. And then just used those dies again, because in the dies, you've even got this small one here. So I used the small one and the next one here, and then I used these 2 to do the centers. And so this was another card. Like, I literally made these 3 cards in probably 30 minutes. That's really fast for me, especially because I wasn't copying anything. I was making them on the fly. I ran a bunch of different colors, cardstock through using the Eyelet Blooms Die. And then when I was done, I just kind of pulled stuff out, started playing. I cut out a bunch of flowers and I was like, let's just see what we can do. These flowers are actually lemon lolly, not daffodil, because the daffodil cardstock was too bright for what I was going for. So those are the 3 cards that I made this morning. And At some point, I'll take some better pictures and post them onto my page so that you can come back and see them again later. But again, it uses this Eyelet Blooms Die. You can get this for $5 with a $75 purchase. You know, our dies are a lot more expensive than that normally. So it's such a great deal. And don't forget, we have double rewards. And we have, I have my mystery boxes. So you place a $75 order with me, I'm going to send you a mystery box with $75 to $100 worth of product. And if you place a $75 order, don't forget to add the $5 product of the month, whether you get the Blooms die or if you get one of the other products that are available. The Notes of Spring stamp set is also really, really nice. You could get that one as well. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you comment if you watch this later, and I'll check in with you again soon.